Hey guys, Coach Ben here, and first I want to thank you for downloading our 8-week program, Size to Strength. This program is great for someone who's coming from a bodybuilding background, not necessarily competing, but even if it's just for general fitness in the gym, more of a bodybuilding style type of training where you're isolating muscle groups. You're treating the bench press as a way to train the upper body rather than get the most weight out of the exercise. This program's for you. All right, so if you're looking to come from that background and transition over to lifting the most weight possible, just like a power lifter would, all right, this is the program that you need to be doing. So I'm really glad it's in your hands now. You downloaded Size to Strength. I wanted to go over it with you guys. All right, so I don't want to leave you in the dark when you order this up. I want to make sure that you're guided through. So any additional questions you have after I complete this video, please email me at coachben@bigbenchas.com. I'll make sure that you aren't left in the dark here. I want to make sure we have everything covered and you know what's going on. All right, so this program is going to focus more on less reps. So usually coming from a bodybuilding background, you're traditionally doing higher reps, more hypertrophy-based training. So the size is already there for you guys, right? You just need to learn how to take that and generate more force, more strength. So there's a huge emphasis on technique with these movements. All right, so you'll see when you're benching, a lot less reps. All right, you could be working anywhere from 1 to 3 reps the majority of the time. But that's going to allow you to focus a lot more on what's going on in technique. Okay? Everything is paused, so whereas you might have just done touch and go before, everything, and I mean everything, is done with at least a 1 count pause. If it's a longer pause, it'll be denoted in the programming. All right, there's a big speed emphasis. You're going to be doing something called compensatory acceleration training, aka speed work. So it's learning how to pretty much take the size that you already have, all right, the base of strength that you have, and how to generate force more quickly, how to move the most weight, recruit more muscle fibers in a quicker fashion to generate that force. That's what we're doing here. So there's a lot of that in the program. All right, every bench movement is done with a full competition style setup. If you want to learn more about setting up, check out on our YouTube, Big Benchas setup. And you will see plenty of information on that, how to go through that, the technique behind it. All right. Bands and chains, please note, can be added to the compensatory acceleration training. So when you see that speed work, that cat bench denoted in the program, excuse me, you can take 5% off what I have listed there, and you can add 10 to 15% in band or chain tension. Now, you don't have to exactly weigh the band chain tension out. If you go ahead and do that, you can weigh your body weight on a scale. Hold the band up to where it'll be at the top of the movement and weigh yourself again. Take the difference, and that's about how much you're adding in band or chain tension. All right, chain's a little more easy because you know it's probably like a 20-pound chain unit. You know how much is getting deloaded. All right. If you don't have bands or chains, don't worry about it. All right, you just go through the program as structured. Plus signs in the program. If you see a plus sign, that is a superset. So if you're going through with me, week 1, day 1, you see incline dumbbell press, rope push down, DeFranco pull apart. That is all a superset. So you will go through those 3 exercises without much rest in between. You'll just jump exercise to exercise. You can rest after the 3 are completed a little bit, and then get right back to work. All right, so we're going to be improving work capacity as well. We aren't taking big rest periods. We're getting after it. All right, guys, that's going to help you in the long run when we're trying to recover between sets here. So going through the program, the first block is a 4-week phase. All right, and this is going to really get you introduced to having to gain strength down here. We're doing a lot of pause benching. As you can see, the reps are going to be pretty low. All right, it's very different from what you might have traditionally encountered, higher rep-based training. Day 1, to go over the main movements with you, we're going to be doing some paused benching. All right, this is a 3 count pause, so you're going to be down at chest level for 3 seconds. All right, so you go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, up. All right, you're going to be working on gaining strength down there. I put in RPE as well as a reference for those of you who prefer to do RPE based training. If you want more, say on how the training day goes, if you're having a really bad day, right, you might not be able to keep up with percentages. They're rather low, but if you prefer RPE based training, where you have more say in how you adjust those percentages, then that's fine too. Okay, so you have 3 count pause benching. Day 2, you have singles work. All right, again, more moderate weight, RPE 7, about 80 to 85%. All right, gonna be just working with singles, right? This is where really dialing the technique happens, is on this particular day. Day 3, now this isn't gonna be as taxing, but this is where you're gonna be working on your compensatory acceleration training benching, okay, cat benching. 8 sets of 3, 65 to 70%. Remember, you would knock that down to 60 to 65% if you're going to add band or chain tension. If not, keep it at that. You can see the RP is very, very low. Guys, this isn't to tax your you're not going to fatigue. All right, this is just taking light weight and moving it very fast. That's all there is to it. How I want to perform is not just boom, boom off the chest, right? I want it slow, controlled to the chest, still pausing, and then boom, fire off the chest as quick as possible. All right, and you'll see that continues to progress as we go through the weeks here. You'll see it gets a little bit heavier day 1, a little bit heavier day 2, some less volume there. You're only working with 5 sets. You're doing more sets, a little more weight day 3 with the compensatory acceleration training. And you can see it progresses from there. All right, and then during this month block, all right, you are doing 3 days benching a week. As we get into the next phase, we're only doing 2 days benching per week, but it's going to ultimately result in you testing a new max. Okay, so to go over any accessory movements from this block, we have inverted row hold. All right, so we're going to be working the back just like we work it when we're benching statically. All right, so you're actually going to hold your position. You can do this hanging underneath a barbell, right? Row yourself up to a barbell and hold, or you can do a TRX row with the suspension trainers. Incline dumbbell press. All right, I'm sure most of you are very familiar with that. If you're not familiar with any of these movements, simple YouTube search will do the trick. Rope push down for triceps. DeFranco pull apart, that's with the band. All right, simple YouTube search, you'll get a lot of that. Very popular shoulder exercise. Day 2, close grip bench press. Important to note with close grip benching, we don't want to be in here, guys. All right, we want to be touching lower than we normally would be. We still want good joint alignment, elbow underneath the wrist, and we're just pressing straight up and down with the close grip. Lat pull down. Day 3, barbell row, rolling dumbbell extension. That's triceps right behind or lying on the floor, or you can lie on a bench. Dumbbell hammer curls, that's with the neutral grip, and lateral raises. All right, week 2, all the accessories are the same. You're going to try to progress the weight. So it's the same sets and reps, progressing the weight. Week 3, more sets, a little less reps. So you're really going to try to pump the weight on week 3. And then we have a deload where we're doing less sets, a lot more reps, a little less weight, of course. And that's week 4. So moving on, week 5. All right, we have our cat benching at the beginning of the week here. All right. 6 by 2, and we're accompanying that with pause benching afterwards. So that's how that kind of lays out, and we're going to start working with singles, and it's going to get a little heavier as we go on to get you ready for that max test. Week 7 is a little bit of a deload. You're not going to have the pause benching in there on day 1. Day 2, all right, we actually have a bench hold. So this is a nervous system technique. After you do your hold, the rest of the weights should feel pretty light. We're working with singles after that. All right. And you'll see that hold gets heavier and heavier. You're going off percentage of your training max. Guys, important note with training max, we are taking weight off a good paused rep or we are taking 30 pounds off a touch and go max. Okay, the training max should not be an absolute max. We have to make sure we keep technique in mind. All right, so you'll see that continues to progress. And then eventually on week 8, we're going to be getting into a pause max test. All right, we're also doing a 5 rep max on the barbell overhead. Accessory movements for this week. We have seal row. That's where you're going to be belly down on a bench, rowing the barbell up to you. Pretty much the reverse of a bench. Neutral grip, dumbbell floor press. That's dumbbells off the floor with a neutral grip. Dumbbell curls after that. A bench plank, that is simply arms extended, holding that position. Going to be working the shoulders here. All right, the next day, we have a barbell overhead press. That needs to be standing. Seated band cable row hold. All right, you're going to be rowing a dowel into you with band tension. All right, for 30 seconds here. Straight bar push down, that's triceps using a straight bar, and face pulls, right? Pulling for the rear delts there, upper back. All right, guys, so that's going over the program with you. Again, if you have any additional questions, please reach out. Coach Ben at bigbenchas.com. I'd be happy to assist you along. Thank you again for ordering Size to Strength, and I'll talk to you guys soon.